Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. Tonight we got an awesome show planned. Is how do you plan for retirement? How to plan for retirement the Short Dollar way.
Okay.
You know, you hear a lot of people telling you what to do. You know, you see all the videos.
Right.
Hey, if you can do this, you put this amount of money in, and this and that, at so many dollars at this rate, at so many years, you can have $2 billion.
Right.
And you feel like, why the hell everybody retiring broke? Why everybody trying to get
if
on
it's that
there?
easy.
Yeah, why the hell everybody retiring trying to get a job at the post office or Walmart and shit?
If it's just that easy, what we doing wrong?
And so, what I want to have a discussion with everybody in regards to planning for retirement, the way I look at it, because I look at it at a different perspective than probably a lot of people that push a lot of things on the internet in regards to what's going on. What Sherry said, put that thing out. I ain't putting nothing out. This how I deal with headaches. Like
right.
That's my girl Sherry. What's up, baby? Put that thing out. No, this how I maintain. But now, we're super excited to just talk about this tonight again, because you have so many people that go into retirement or just that whole, here we in Atlanta, everybody talking about wealth and wealth building like it's a damn walk in the park.
Right.
They got $100 in their bank account, and they're just planning and aspiring to have $2 million in their account in 5 years, and I don't know how in the hell.
That's possible.
You can only do so much shaking and so much tricking, and I don't know
right.
how in the world they're gonna make it happen. But we're gonna have a good discussion tonight in regards to that. Just give you some strategies that I know that can help you on my blueprint in regards to help anybody in regards to retirement, regardless of what age you're at.
Okay.
Before we get started, want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
It's Thursday, brother.
Hey, man, shoot, these time be flying by.
I know,
man.
right? And it's almost the end of the month. July almost over.
Summertime be over before you know it.
Yeah, that's right. It really wasn't that harsh summer this year. It wasn't 110 degrees this year.
Nah, those sundresses in full effect.
I haven't seen not a one.
Oh, sundresses and shiny legs.
I haven't seen not a one sundress.
I'll be damn. Glad lightning don't come in here.
I stay down here in the studio.
I ain't for tell that damn lie. Shit, no. Hell no.
Yeah, you don't do your show every day.
Man, let me get out loud. Lying ass. Also, my other producers, League 316. Man, I'm super excited about the show. Before we get started, I always rehash my previous week. And, this past week, first give a big shout out to my son, Christopher Burden, my third son. He turned 16 on Monday.
That's right.
Big Chris B. I'm a kind of solid dude.
Right.
That MF shoulder so damn big. God damn, I walk by that boy in the hallway.
Really?
Little brother.
Well, that's that football, though, right?
Shoot, man.
All them sports he
That's a
in.
big heavy day. That's a big brother. Yeah, Chris going 2 weeks to the Junior Olympics in the shot put. That's a big ass dude, man. I seen his ass.
Shot put heavy.
Yeah. And he did that straight bullet shit, bumped into me and stuff, and looked back at me. Man, he fighting your big ass. Straight lead in you, brother.
Right.
Yeah, happy birthday, son.
That's right. Happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah, man, I'm super proud of him. A couple things I want to just, shout out. We did pass we had 16,000. No, we almost at 16. 15.6. 15.6 at Mr. Short Dollar. Guys, I want to say again, thanks for all the love and support and the growth and everything. Guys, make sure you go into the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Right now, we're streaming live on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Facebook, and the main channel we use is a YouTube channel where we have over 200 videos or close to 300 videos. I know everybody goes there a lot to look at the grant playlist. We have over 150 grants running right now on the YouTube channel. So regardless of what platform you're looking at, it's at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your family, friends. A lot of great information, personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing, business, all that great stuff. So please take advantage of all the information we got. I got a huge library set up for you guys to take advantage of. Excuse me. Another thing I want to push for everybody is go to and join the mailing list. The mailing list is in the description section of the YouTube channel. Join the mailing list so you stay updated on all the great information we got going on now and also what's coming down the pipe. I can't stress that to you enough, so please make sure you join the mailing list so we can keep you guys updated on everything, okay? Again, this is this is the Dollar Out Tonight show. We're talking about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. You know, Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. So please, if stay updated, all the great information, just subscribe to the channel. Regardless of what platform you're looking at, like I said again, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is the main channel. So make sure you get to the YouTube channel and subscribe to it from there. You know, when I want to start talking about this show in particular, I'm going to take my Crown Royal break. Got to take my Crown break.
That's right.
Man, I had some Martell Blue Swift.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
Did it talk to you?
Honey in a glass.
Right.
Lord.
Well, that's why you don't have it now, because it was honey in the glass. You didn't drink that.
I went through that. I went through that motherfucker.
You didn't drink that thing up.
I drunk it up, baby.
Oh, okay.
Cat dog. Boy. Martell Blue Swift.
Uh-huh.
Boy, that joint was good, man.
Damn,
it was good. I was killing that last night, man.
You had to look at the glass.
Man,
yeah. Look at the glass tight.
Damn, man. This shit, I'm just pouring it down like, you know. You get a little yak, man. It's kind of a little, you know, bites you a little bit.
Right.
No.
So they put that in 2 wooden barrels.
Crazy, man. You know, when we started the night show, we're talking about how to plan for retirement. What's the thing that everybody pushing at? They get their jobs, they want to get their what?
401k.
401k. And everybody's breaking in there to put their money in their 401k. The problem that comes up is when you get a new job, that's when you go to HR and they get you in the room, hey, put your money in 401k, we'll do match this and match that. And I tell you, you know, again, like we started off the show, if you put in X amount of dollars at this rate, at this year, you can have that. The problem that comes up is realistically, just give the hop back off something. My undergrad is in finance. So pretty much anything, you know, I'm a numbers person. And we talk about this a lot. One of the key things we talk about in finance is what we call your investment horizon. What we mean by your investment horizon is from the point you are right now in life to the point you want to get as far as retirement. So if you're 45 years old, you know, you want to retire at 60, you're looking at, 15 years for retirement. That'll be your investment horizon. How much time you got to reach there. And mathematically, let's take feelings out. Let's take YouTube, Instagram videos out. Mathematically, we got to see, even with the advent of compound interest, and I'll go into define that in a little bit, do you really have enough time to accumulate that much money?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk, we're going to have a real straight up talk tonight, because a lot of times people don't necessarily want to be honest about where they at in life.
Right.
Because, you know, and there's nothing wrong. The problem is, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of times people don't be transparent enough. Say, hey, man, look, I need some help. Right. Anytime people reach out to me all the time, hey, Pooch, can you tell this to me? And I do it because, hell, I know how it is to be walking in the door. I mean, that's why we do this show. Right. You know? And I don't think people, it's one of them things like kind of like your health. You know you ain't in the best shape. Right. But because it ain't really stopping you from doing anything, you don't go to the gym. Right. You don't push the plate away. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that, well, we all do. Right. Until we get, you know, something that sidetracks us, then we have to take it serious, right? And it's kind of like how it is retirement. You know it's coming, and because it's not stopping you. You don't have no kind of like direct negative effects getting there. People just don't stop to address it till it's almost damn near panic season. Right. And I really want people to avoid that feeling. But what I want to give you guys is some strategies that I think is the best way for you to go about it. Because again, you have traditionally everyone's giving you blueprints on how to put money in and compound interest. What compound interest is we look at what's the mathematical formula? What is the rate divided by time over cash payments? Is R divided by C minus T?
You know, I don't have, my degree is not in finance. I hate math.
Y'all see we adding all these damn alphabets. Long story short, what compound interest is that over time, depending on how, you know, you have your rate of return on a particular item, as more money you put in over a certain amount of time, what we call dollar cost averaging, where you submitting, just say you submit a certain amount of money each month, say it's $5 each month, $10 each month, that compound interest is, that rate is increasing because you got a return on $5, then you got a return on $10, then you got a return on $15 and $20. By you putting more and more money in, and the interest is compounding over and over again, the dollar is increasing. Yes, sir?
It is. A equals final amount. P, initial principal balance. R, interest rate. N, number of times interest applied per time period. And T, number of time periods elapsed.
Got it.
So A equals P, 1 plus R over N, NT.
There you go. And the R over N, the R over N is that's your term.
Right.
That's your term. Rate over term.
Rate over term.
There you go. Look at Lab. The finance wizard.
The miracle of Google. That's why you should not know.
Lab read that shit like, damn. He read that shit like a home when we dealing with that.
Right.
You know, I'm going to do a video on that, man. Just go through all them formulas. You read that shit like what the hell? Man, that's all I ate for damn near 5 years.
Right.
Eat, sleep at that, man. But I just want people to understand in regards to when you're trying to do this kind of stuff, I really do believe the 401k theory is good if you're between 20 and 35 years old. A little bit 35 to 40.
Okay.
But when you hit 40 years old, I do think it's okay to invest in your 401k, but don't make that your main socket.
Right.
Okay? Big shout out to everybody that's tuning in. If you're tuning in on Instagram, TikTok, how y'all doing? Facebook, YouTube. If you got anything, any question regarding the subject matter we're talking about tonight, feel free to chime in. If there's anything outside of retirement, hold it, and at the end of the show, I answer all your questions. I promise you with that.
Say hi to your mama.
What's up, mama? Mom gonna check me out, ain't she?
That's right.
Mom, appreciate you tuning in, baby. Mom, y'all hear a show.
That's right.
Hey, Poochie. What the hell are you talking about tonight? I'm a girl. But again, you know, that's the kind of thing I want to have that conversation tonight, because, you know, far too often I think people, when, you know, they don't really understand, because what's sold to them in regards to having a certain amount of money. That's right, because you look back at the whole advent of 401ks is the opportunity for businesses to get out of being liable to cover. You know, we ain't in the world of pensions no more.
Right.
So that's that they get out of their liability to be able to take care of you in retirement. But if you turn around, you know, you ain't got them $50, $60 in your 401k, and now you worry about Social Security and 401k. Well, you know where you're going.
Right.
Walmart.
Right.
You're going to be a certified sticker placer.
And that's sad.
Well, you know, I don't want to call it sad. You know what it is? I just think that I don't want to ever knock nobody, but the problem come up is a lot of times is, and you know, me being 25 years in financial service industry, I think that people put credit into you when you say something they like.
Right.
You know, but something's wrong when you say something against it.
I don't mean it's sad as far as people having to go work at Walmart because of their retirement, because to be honest with you, a lot of us don't know about the retirement part. And then you got to think about, and this is a show you probably going to have, you got to think about the fact that everything goes up most of the time besides your pay. So you're paying more for certain things, you know, of your daily, everyday life, and you're not getting no more money in your paycheck. So, you know, your accounts receivable is less than your accounts payable.
Yeah.
So you're receiving some money, but you're paying out a lot more than you receive. And I'm not talking about the people who go buying the $1,000 a month car payment. I'm talking about people just regular stuff.
Yeah, grocery utilities.
Right. So sometimes that might play a role in retirement, and then before you know it, you know, you got a couple of kids, you trying to make sure they get to school and stuff. This is a show I think you should have, just about maintaining everyday life and how to balance those books and stuff out I'm not gonna say no more about it, but I think that plays a role in it too.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we first getting started again tonight. We're talking about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. The first thing I always ask people when we start talking about retirement again, when we look at that is, what's your goal with retirement? We start talking about getting this money. What's the hot thing now? Generational wealth. Yeah, you want to have this kind of money. This is how you build generational wealth. Everybody want to blame their grandma and granddad for not saving no damn money. Knowing their grandma and granddad couldn't damn read.
Right.
And they just like, yeah, they should have saved this and we didn't build that. And I'm going to say this. When you get to a point where you got a little change in your bank, you find out real quick those kids that your ass was saving and planning for don't want to do the shit you were planning for them to do. And so you done sit there and broke your day. You done sat there and try to save all these zeros and build all this wealth. I don't want to do this. I got 2 grown sons right now, and I hope they're damn looking right now. Great kids, loving to death. Telling me what they don't want to damn do.
Right.
But hey man, you gonna go work for the white man.
Oh Lord.
Hey, ask me don't I talk to him like that.
I'm sure you do.
You gonna go work for them?
No, you not.
Shit.
Hey, you not. You don't have to. You talk to him like that.
Yeah, you think daddy tripping? You gonna go work for them? And this all money, and you see what money I'm making?
Right.
So again, it's
have
saying
a possibility of doubling it.
Yeah. 4 months out of the year.
Right.
Yeah. T and PJ, y'all hear me? But, and I love my kids. I got great kids. They're doing well. They don't bother me for money, so I ain't tripping.
Right.
But 1 out of them 4, possibly 2, but at the end of the day, I'm selling it.
Right.
You're on a 7-year clock. But, back to it, when we start talking about that whole thing, when we're looking at what's your goal, the whole thing, legacy. People sitting there looking at generational wealth. I'm trying to have my kids. Mm-hmm. We hear Master P talk about it all the time, my kids, it's generational wealth. I like the sound of it, but every time I see the brother, and I love Master P. I admire a lot of his stuff, but it seems like every time I see an interview with him and his sons, he's doing most of the talking. Mm-hmm. So again, like, I think it's easy to say what you're doing and what your kids gonna do when you talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, like, it's easy to say, well, this is what we doing, my kids do this, and that. Right. I can do the same shit.
Right.
Say, hey, man, my sons will understand this is the business. Shit, no.
Not at all.
I know better. And I don't have lazy kids, but my interests are my interests. They're not interested in that.
Right.
They're good kids. I got son Ivy League graduate, one got another scholarship to a service academy. Good kids, but they on some other shit.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with it. But when we start trying to plan and do all this stuff, generational wealth, don't assume because you teach them about investing, you teach them about money, they're going to follow the path you want. And you make all these lifestyle and wholesale changes thinking it's going to happen for your child. They might not want that house you left them. They might not want that money. They might go. You just don't know.
Right.
And you are fooling yourself or setting yourself up from pain. You talk to somebody that did it to think that because you have conversation with them, you teach them, they're going to do that. Hell no.
Right.
You out your damn mind. Like I said again, again, it sounds good when you ain't got it. When you get it and you find out, shit, no, they don't. No, that's not how it happens.
Right.
And we talked about this before. Most times you see kids that kind of follow their parents. You see it sometimes. Kids following. I look at the Cathy's with Chick-fil-A and all that kind of stuff. You see, and it looks great and exciting. Most times you got a kid that follows the parents' footsteps with the business. Parents damn near really just trying to keep their ass out of trouble. They tired of carrying their ass and go and bring Junior to work. Whatever. You got your daughter not working because you got to take care of her and her kids and something like that. Let me make sure.
And it may have, like with the Cathy's and all that, may be a prerequisite to keep getting that money. You don't. Some people do that. Like if you want me to keep supporting you and taking care of you, you need to come work at this business. You need to come do something, or else I'm cutting you off. When you're talking about millions and billions like that, they get to talking about cutting folks off.
Well, and they may be straight, but I just...
Not saying like you don't have millions and billions, but you get what I'm talking
about. Absolutely, brother. But, I just think that it's damn near like, Wakanda and damn vibranium. It's damn near a fantasy. Like, I'm going to build this. generational wealth, like, that shit sound good when you ain't got it. When you start getting your little change, you start seeing your kids ain't interested in shit, and they just really want more of your money and stuff like that. You real find out real quick it ain't necessarily like that, you know. Right. And that's why
it's not gonna be your interest is not gonna be everybody's interest.
And you see real quick, really, why there aren't that many black or white families that maintain generational wealth. There aren't that many that when they start, and this is start off with money, because the younger ones, it's not they weren't taught, they're just not interested. And I think people, that was, one of the things. So first one was a legacy. The other one is just living. Yes, how many of y'all you heard your uncle, grandma, granddaddy, shit, I'm just gonna retire and go fishing.
Right.
Go fishing, walk down to a little corner store and play spades and checkers. Let me get this, the Instagram is kind of on the brink right now. But, just go and play, checkers or spades and get that going. And that's all they kind of like interested in, you know what I mean? And that's just what they want to do. And we could be sitting there trying to look at push a certain way. That's all they want to do is just live, sustain, and maintain, die, whatever. And you got some people want both. Okay. They want to sit here and just, chill, relax, and live in retirement, and also kind of want to leave some things to their heirs. That's kind of, I think, how kind of most people fall into that. In different degree where they may put a little bit more on, one of the two. Either they just want to make sure they're leaving a certain amount of money to their heirs, and also kind of live their lives out. That's what happened. The good part about it, they think about other people. The bad part about it, far too often, they're not the advent of estate planning. Grandparents leave a house. The parents leave a house to damn 6 kids.
Everybody.
Only one of them MFs working.
Right.
3 of them on drugs.
The other 2 want to sell it.
Other 2 sitting there like, man, I don't even care. Just let me know.
Right.
This shit be the damn fell the hell apart 20 years later.
Right.
Man, it's funny. I seen the Johnny Taylor death story, the musician. How he had like, I think 4 kids that kind of he acknowledged.
Right.
They had like 2 or 3 outside babies.
Oh, okay.
Man, by the time he had like $1 million estate, by the time they went through court, everybody got $2,000.
About $2,000. They can just make a decision without the courts, right?
Man, shit. And he just never had a straight will.
Right.
And it just went like that, man. Everybody got a $2,000 check.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
The bad part about the main daughter that was going against the outside babies, when they took DNA test, she wasn't his daughter. God.
Oh my God, that was embarrassing.
Last $2. Damn. Well, again, we started talking again about what are your goals. Do you go, legacy, having this generational wealth, this envisioning this. You got this house, Falcon Crest. Remember Falcon Crest and Dallas and all that stuff?
Dallas and
yeah, just having that kind of stuff. Or you just looking live, maintain, just kind of, live your days out. Or just like a combination of both. I think most people kind of fall in that little realm. First identifying what goal you want. We start talking now, again, tonight's show, talking about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. What are you trying to plan from that? The next step we go into is the factors that determine what you can do. It's very important because we can have what we want to do, then we got something called reality.
Right.
Okay? At the end of the day, math is math. Math is true, right? We know that. We won't get around that, thoughts and dreams and aspirations and all that shit, That's just what it is. So the factors that come up is very important. We have to make sure we pay attention to that. So what determines what how you can, how much money you have in retirement, right? The first thing is your age.
Okay.
Your age. Do not hit 50 years old thinking you finna sit here and try to save up so much millions of dollars by just putting in so many $100 a month.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
True.
You have a lot more flexibility the younger you are.
Right.
A lot more flexibility the younger you are. And guys, remember, I'm gonna let you guys know, give you a tidbit. I'm gonna give you the short dollar retirement calculator at the end of the show.
Okay.
Easy rundown on how just to give you an idea what you need to look at.
Okay.
But the first thing is we look at the age. We got to be realistic on the age we are, how far we are from retirement, to be able to save some money up. We got to be realistic about that. It does not mean if you hit 55, you can't do anything. But you got to be realistic. You know where you at as far as discretionary income to be able to put to it. Even if you say, I'm serious, I'm going to put a little bit more. You got to be realistic what you can and can't do, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so you got to just look at the age and the time frame you're looking at. You also got to look at the income you're making. Mm-hmm. Is your income at a position, especially in relation to your debt, or do you have the actual amount of money that you can put that money to the side to actually accrue to do that kind of thing? If you know you don't have it, and you know you don't have the capacity to, what's going on? See, my son Chris just tuned in. If you don't have the capacity to add to it, one of the biggest things is when we start looking at it, just say with me and one of my kids were having a conversation about, you know, nothing negative. We're just talking about if you have a job, you work for yourself in regards to just say increasing your income. Like we were just talking, if you're working for a company, the most you can do is maybe work overtime or get another part-time. You got your own business, you may say to yourself, well, I might got to sell 3 or 4 more widgets. Just kind of like how you want to increase your income. You know for your income coming in, what kind of options you have to actually bring in more money. Mm-hmm. Work overtime, get it part-time. Or get your whole new job, however you want to do it. Right. But you got to be realistic about the money you got coming in, how you going to be able to, you know, add to that, right? Mm-hmm. That's very, very important. Don't sit here and try to, just take interest out of the equation. You know if you put in $100 a month, $1,200 at the end of the year. Right. Damn it, you know that. Let's not try to get into a thought process that, hey, I can say this. No. And we understand if you got 12 at 12, I want to mess with none of my damn math. I'm sorry. Sorry. What's 12 out of 12? 144? So 10, 12, 12, that's 144. Right. So, you know, 1,200 in the 12 years, you got $14,400 without any interest. Okay. What you going to do with that? What you going to do with that? Right. Okay? So we got to kind of look at that. Okay? So I just want you to be understanding with your income. Mm-hmm. The third one is probably the most important, your personality and your discipline. Mm-hmm. If you know you're not a disciplined person, and people always have to make sure that you do this, or you got to have accountability. Not saying you can't do it, but just again, I'm very big on self-awareness. If you know you're not the type of person to stay on top of certain things, don't try to set unrealistic expectations or goals in regards to things that actually need somebody to stand on top of it, right? You can't sit here and say to yourself, well, I'm going to do this, and you know you don't. Put stuff to the side. Now, if you have shortcomings with doing that, you know, do some automatic drafts. Try to find some way to circumvent that. Mm-hmm. But that discipline and your personality has to come into play. Right. You start talking about retirement, are you the type of person? That's why they try to make it easier for you. They try to take it out your paycheck with your 401k because they want to take the whole undisciplined factor out of it. We're doing making it easier for you. Mm-hmm. But if you're actually trying to build and do some additional stuff to it, you know, be more realistic to reach a certain goal, you have to be honest with yourself as far as your discipline level, and also just what kind of person you are as far as doing that, okay? Mm-hmm. So again, those are 3 factors we started looking at, the factors that determine what you can do, your age, your income, and your discipline, okay? And again, I'm Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar. So tonight we're talking about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. We went through the first factors on planning for it, that being number 1, what's your goal? Number 2 is the factors that determine what you can do. Number 3, we're going to address implementing everything. And when we start talking about, again, that generational the goals, I'm also looking at that in terms of the goal, the generational wealth, and taking care of your children. How big of interest is that to you? Mm. People say it all the time. I'm gonna leave this for my grandboys. I'm gonna leave this, that, and that. But you haven't really. You can leave them some stuff that they ain't been taught to keep or whatever. You break your neck. See, I'm a realist. Mm-hmm. I'm a realist. My thing is, I give my kids more knowledge than anything. Right. If they can roll with it. If it ain't. Dad ain't trying to leave too much shit. You know what I'm saying? That's going to, you know, what have me. I'm gonna leave you stuff, but I'd rather leave you a big insurance policy. But I'm gonna spend most of the money on me. Somebody got a question?
No, not yet. I'm just checking.
But that's one thing I think a lot of people need to look at it, you know. Secondly, when we start looking at the other part of it is I'm about to lose my I had lost myself on my notes for a second. We started talking about the living part of it. We were like, in regards to just making a goal, what do you want to be doing?
Right.
We started talking about goals and stuff. What do you want to be doing in retirement? Do you want to be going on cruises? Do you want to just be, by your Winnebago, you and your old lady, y'all do some traveling? Do you want to kind of take that little trip or vacation you never did?
Mm-hmm.
Just hang out with your kids. All those kind of things you got to kind of, we want to be kind of writing this stuff down hypothetically before we start attaching costs to it.
Do we have to attach a cost to like each one? Like,
well, let's put the action.
Cost me this much to get a Winnebago on travel.
Well, let's put the action down first, and then we go back and we add cost to it later.
Okay.
So we're looking at you want visit your grandkids, visit your old friends or whatever. Just do different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And those kind of things, I think, you kind of just do that pre-jotting down, kind of just to kind of see if you can make those goals happen. Then we start, and right now, everyone, we're in the planning phase to try to get rid of retirement. We're just doing some brainstorming. I'm just giving you the blueprint in regards to how to do it. We just went into the goals, how we're looking at the Bill's legacy, writing this stuff down. I went over first just addressing it. Now we're looking at how to build from it. Look at the legacy standpoint, what are things you want to do, building for your children, generational wealth. Second, as far as, if you want to just be living, what you want to have, the vehicles, the cars, just living how you want to be living from there. Mm-hmm. And then both, you be just saying to yourself, how do I plan on, do I want to be going on these trips and vacations? Do I want to have a certain amount of money? How do I want to be living? Mm-hmm. Just hypothetically write this kind of stuff down. Spinning to the second part of it is we look at those factors.
Okay.
When we start looking at those factors, we're looking at the age. Well, I just told you that investment horizon.
Right.
How much time do you have?
Realistically, looking at the age, don't be like I'm full of 40, but I feel 35.
How much do I plan on? How much time do I have? I'm sorry. How much time do I have to build from where I am right now to retirement? Mm-hmm. Is it realistic for me to sit here and just say that I can have X amount of dollars or just be able to live comfortably? Income, do you make enough to save? Fixed income. Mm-hmm. Are you living check to check? Do you have the capacity to go leave and go somewhere else and make you more money?
Okay.
These are kind of stuff, these little tough questions, where you got to be honest with yourself. A lot of people don't want to address because they might get in their feelings about themselves.
Right.
But again, you got to look at this kind of stuff. Because you ain't the type of person, it's funny, just to get off basis. It was a video we did when we talked about the show of the women were putting in, where we're saying, okay, well, I don't want to work anymore.
Right.
My husband, he can take care of the bills. And a lot of men were saying, I pay all the bills and I do all that. And they were saying that was cool with the relationship. The flip side of it is, I'm just saying to myself, like, if you go into a situation where you say, okay, the man is going to pay the majority of the bills. Mm-hmm. We even think about retirement and all that. I think less should be put into if the man is going to pay all the bills and you get home chilling, you take care of the house. What kind of damn lifestyle change y'all going to have?
Right.
Because at his max, if he can just make that, you just know that's what it is.
Right.
Now, if you adding something to it, y'all can do a little bit more. But if what he's doing can do that and you guys keep a great lifestyle and stuff like that, cool. Majority of the time it's not like that.
Right.
Majority of the time it's not like that. You just able to do certain things, and it's a you call, because if he can afford you to stay at home and chill and everything, and you take care of the house and stuff like that, and after a while you want to do certain things you may be able to do, you may not be able to do without struggling, as you guys call. I do think sometimes you may limit yourself, unless that person is making a decent amount of money.
Right.
And I don't think people try to look at that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The life, because we start talking about the capacity. If you got a man doing that, does he have capacity to increase that?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people look at how you going to increase it. You go to another job, work more hours, do this, that, and that. And that affects other stuff when a person is just totally working all dang time.
Right.
To keep you able to sleep on the sofa. Regardless of the gender, the woman doing it, the man doing it, whoever doing it. But those kind of things you have to kind of look at. We start talking about how you going to be able to maintain certain things.
and lifestyle, I guess a reflection of the lifestyle that you want to keep in retirement is something that needs to be weighed as well. Because if you living comfortably now, off the income you have to. I guess you would have to think about when you retire, will you have that same, same income to live as comfortably as you are. So,
Absolutely.
Comfortability is comfortable is not a word, but being comfortable in your retirement is also something you need to think about.
Yeah, like I said, man, retirement one of them things, but I just think people aware of it, but it's it's just again it's
so far away.
Yeah, so far away,
so
and it ain't
away.
stopping nothing.
Right.
But then, like I said, I think you get older. Like I said, you hit north of 55, and you're like, man, you start looking at it, then you try to realize, I want to do these particular things, then you're looking at your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you start thinking funny about it. So that's why I want to have a discussion tonight. Again, tonight we're talking about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. I want to actually have that discussion with everybody just in regards to being realistic about when you're trying to retire and what kind of position you put yourself in my perspective, on total retirement. Because, again, we got too many videos out here and too many people talking in regards to putting X amount of dollars in at this rate and you have this saved. And that amount you have saved, I think, is totally damn unrealistic.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I don't get into hypothetical. So what I want to do now is we get into putting it all together phase.
Okay.
The first thing I want you guys to look at, we're looking at building a legacy and everything. What I say to people is, the first thing you want to make sure that what is the amount to cover your current and future family debt. Okay, we talking about retirement now. First thing you got to look at, what is the amount need to cover your current and future family debt. That means what you're going to need to cover your mortgage, kids' tuition, and your wife's trip to the dog races. Every year.
That don't stop. Got you.
Her girl trip and all this other stuff.
All right.
You got to make sure you got all that stuff figured out. You need to kind of get that ballpark number. And be a little transparent with myself. I always kept, when I was younger, when my kids were younger rather, I kept 2 $500,000 policies because I know I had younger kids that were back to back to back.
Right.
If something happened to me, okay, I had tuition covered.
Right.
That was my thought process.
Right.
Now, 2 of them got scholarship. One of them graduated. One got a scholarship. I only got to worry about 2. I don't need all that.
Right.
Right. I'm not trying to make folk rich.
Right.
I'm trying to just cover your school money.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
I ain't studying the other stuff. So again, we were sitting there and I was just like, okay, that's covered. So again, I scaled back with actual premiums I had. I didn't have to have all that.
Right.
Those are the kind of things I think a lot of times people don't want to look at. Now you say, okay, I gotta may look at big picture wise. You can always make adjustment to everything. Lifestyle, knowing what you want to be having at retirement, knowing how you want to maintain. Mm-hmm. If you and your old lady like shopping, you and your old man like going hanging out and stuff like that, why the hell you gotta stop it because you done retired?
Right. Y'all like going smoke cigars and drink cognac?
There you go. That's the only way he gonna shut up. He get his cigar in the crown.
Right.
He just can't stop it because he ain't working no more.
He might need it more than he ain't working.
Absolutely. He gonna need some bud then.
Right.
He gonna need some bud. Shit. Gotta sit with you all day in these damn soap operas? Hell no. Shit. Gotta get him a damn garden. He grow his weed in the back. But kind of really looking at lifestyle wise, what do you guys want to do? What kind of trips you want to take, and what do you have? Be aware of the expenses at retirement. You gotta look at what you're gonna have in retirement and not what you currently have. Okay. Well, a lot of folks get kind of twisted because you're making X amount of dollars now, and you feel comfortable. You got that income coming in. You got to be able to find a way to kind of cover it. Mm-hmm. Especially if you done made some big purchases in your 40s or 50s, a 30-year mortgage. And
you 40, you 70, you ain't gonna be safe for that time.
What you gonna be doing to cover that?
Right.
Also, as you get older, it's not if, it's when. Mm-hmm. Health changes, doctor visits, prescriptions, all that kind of stuff got to be taken into consideration. how much you're gonna have to cover those. You know, again, it's just straight forecasting because you could be looking at the car don't be gone, house may be paid off, but hell, you're bleeding out your ear, your butt itching, you got bones doing all kind of stuff. I mean, that's just part of growing up.
Right.
As we get older and get more mature, that's just gonna happen, right?
That's true.
And you got to kind of be preparing for that side. Mm-hmm. One thing going up, another thing, and one thing going down, another thing going up. And that's how life is, right? So we got to kind of be looking at that. And also the fun stuff. You know, you 60, 70 years old, you and your old lady want to go on some trips. You know, you hit 65, 70, you going by yourself, you want to go to hedonism.
Yeah, oh Lord.
You done got you a bag of blue pills.
Right.
Ready to get down. Ready to get down.
Right.
You know, Papa got them pills now. Ladies be well.
But that's a part of life. That's part of maintaining.
Happy day, I'm sorry.
But you have to add stuff. You have to add stuff like that in. There's no
Absolutely.
way you can't add all variables into the equation because you're going to come up short.
All the time.
You'll come up short. Then you're going to be sitting on the front porch going, scratch your head because you done added something wrong and you can't figure it out. So, yeah, all that stuff needs to be added in. Even, let me ask you a question. We talked about health. Once you retire, 9 times out of 10, you may not have no insurance. So you got to add your cost of medical into there. Prescriptions, too, maybe.
Definitely be adding that stuff in there. That's why I said we all talking about lifestyle. Like
Right.
I just said, the car note and the house note may be gone.
Right.
But your damn medical bill's increasing.
Okay.
So
right.
like I said, that don't change. You know, that's what I was saying. Like, you have to be proactive with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be okay. No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm pray about it.
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Right.
No, really want to, the last, so I can go on. You know, so, you know, those are the kind of things I think people don't want to, people know it, but they don't necessarily want to address it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So those, I really want to challenge people to kind of make sure you're being proactive with preparing for that. And when we start looking at them, both of them, I think it's very important to be very aware of the amount to cover all future and current living expenses. Mm-hmm. So we start talking about, say, like I was saying before, if you die, mm-hmm. what's going to be needed? Do you want to have your grandchildren or your children's college or your down payment for your kids' first house? Whatever those kind of things you got to cover. That it can be in form of insurance. It can be in form of different annuities. It can be in form of properties you acquire. Just proper planning. I don't know why the hell people don't like talking about getting old and deaf.
I was just about to say, nobody wants to think about getting old. If you 40 or 35, you don't want to think about 65 and 70 because why? That is so far away for you right now. You talking about 30 and 40 years away from me now. I don't want to talk about that. I'm right here at the club dancing, doing my thing. I don't want to think about when I'm 70, probably, having bad knees and stuff. That's not something I want to think about. So, people don't want to think about that. That stuff is morbid to most people.
See, I'm on the opposite. See, I don't want no damn. I embrace grandkids, but I don't want their ass to stand on my damn house like I'm damn near right. I like visit Pawpaw
and leave.
Yeah, get the hell on. Shit.
Right.
I don't want to be doing all the extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I really want to go do my fishing and my hunting
mm-hmm.
and with all my little stuff and everything. I just want to be able to enjoy it and have all the other stuff on my time. And really just playing the quarter. If something happened to me, cool.
Right.
I don't know why people don't do that. I don't know why.
I don't want to think about that.
And my folks didn't do that, man. My folks didn't do that. My grandma, when she got sick right before she died, she shared a lot of stuff with me then. But besides that, I don't know. What Rick out here. So what about buying CDs, IRAs in place of life insurance? You can put money, very much. The question is, Smother Producer Slick 316. So what about buying CDs or IRAs in place of life insurance? You can put money in them every month, right? The problem, come up with a IRA, put money in the IRA, and it's the same thing, just like you have an IRA being a retirement account, or even with the CDs. You still got to make sure, and we're going to get to that in regards to the short dollar blueprint. Mm-hmm. you got to make sure that the dollar amount still going to go to what you need.
Right.
It still got to go back to what you need. Right? So we got to look at that. And I'm glad you brought that up because, again, we just spoke in that last little part about being able to cover both. I'm finna give you guys now the short dollar blueprint.
Well, let me ask one more question.
Talk to me.
Before you give us the blueprint, what about investing? You know, there's a lot of Forex stuff going on now lately. Forex and Bitcoin and all that stuff. And, you know, you see it on Instagram. They handing people thousands of dollars in their hand for one minute of investment. So, you know, those things right there, a lot of people can get caught up into that thinking, oh, this is quick money right here. I can do this for my retirement. In all actuality, even when I talk to you about the non-fungible tokens, you know, people start getting into that stuff and thinking, okay, this is going to be retirement. To me, it's like Antiques Roadshow. You know how that one time on Antiques Roadshow, they bought a frame from a yard sale, and behind the frame was a original Declaration of Independence signed by everybody, and it was worth $4 million. People think like that to me.
I'm cool with having a portfolio of different items.
Okay.
I'm not real big on being speculative.
Okay.
What I mean, I don't like planning on, hey, I can do this and I want to be. I mean, trading is so exciting to people. They want to do this. People are making money. Like I told you before, I think a lot of folks are more lucky than actually being productive and knowing what they're doing. I think it's an option. I would say choose at your own risk with doing that. And I do think you need to have that in your portfolio, but be realistic. You know, for 40, what is the formula? Damn near like you subtract one from your age from 100, and that lets you know how much at your age. Your age minus that, the bigger number should be how much is invested in cash, and how much should be invested with savings, and others should be invested in stocks. Okay. So use myself for example. 44, easy math, 40 minus 100. Let's say 60% of my portfolio probably need to be in cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
40% need to be in stock.
Okay.
Because you don't have enough time left before retirement.
Right.
You know, before you can be risking that kind of stuff.
Right.
Everybody don't think like me.
Okay.
But again, you don't have the time or the energy at 50 and 60 that you do at 20 and 30.
Right.
You know.
And when you mean by cash, you mean do you mean like precious metals like silver and gold, or just
I'm talking about just damn
FDA
checking, savings, bonds, treasury notes, things like that.
Okay.
I do think, like we talked before, I did a video. We do need tangible assets. That means your savings, collectibles and stuff. I did a video. Guys, check that out. The video I did maybe like about 3 weeks ago about tangible assets. You do need those collectibles, heirlooms, things like that in your portfolio. Man, definitely check that video out about 3 weeks ago about tangible assets. Okay. You need to have that in there. But it still go back to the point, kind of do your homework. Don't just go out there and try to, just fix stuff overnight. Do your homework and be realistic about stuff. But kind of what I want to share about it with my blueprint, I have a different perspective when it comes to retirement. A lot of people try to tell you that you can get a certain amount of money invested. My goal, my thing of it is that if you're able to do it and you got a certain amount of money that you can save up, because you making X amount of damn dollars, you got this stuff left over, and the money sitting in your bank, hell, it's sitting in your damn bank. And if you turn around, you got $200,000 or $300,000, $1 million just sitting in your bank, not your 401k, just sitting there. I mean, you okay, right? My thing is, when we start going into retirement, the thing, what I say, cover yourself as far as living. So we go to this point. We say, we got to know a number. So we say, okay, what are you going to live? What are you going to need to live in retirement? So if I'm 40 and I plan to retire at 60, what am I going to need to live each year? And I say, look, I'm going to need between my mortgage, my utilities, me and my wife shopping or whatever, traveling, whatever, I'm going to need to make at least 30 grand a year. 30 grand a year. And you say to yourself, I want to retire at 60.
Okay.
God willing, at 60, I'm going to live to 80.
Okay.
Anything past 80, shit, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
Right? If you know from 60 to 80, 20 years. So I got a 20-year window I got to kind of be prepping for, right? I need 30 grand. So 30 times 20 years, $600,000.
Okay.
Which I don't think is unrealistic for the average person to be needing from 30 to 80 years old.
Okay.
I say this again, $600,000. Now, how many damn people got $600,000 in their 401k?
Right. Probably the top 2%, if that.
So you sitting there saying to yourself, damn, he said it like that. How in the hell am I going to do that? So now we ask ourselves right now, if I'm going to need $600,000 at age 60 in my 401k, my problem is what? My investment horizon too short. There's no way in the hell that I'm going to be able to put an extra $100, $200, $300, couple $1,000 to be able to have myself sitting on 600 grand.
Right.
In retirement. What can I do? This is short dollar way. Get your ass out of that hole trying to save this money up and build this portfolio.
Okay.
What you need to be doing is breaking your neck between, if you got a 10-year window, a 15-year window, finding things that will generate the money to make $30,000 a year.
Okay.
$30,000 a year, what, $2,500 a month?
Mm-hmm.
And then $2,500 a month, right? So what the hell can you be doing to make $2,500 a month, generating
extra.
it?
This is extra on top of what you're already making,
No,
right?
no. I mean, in retirement.
Okay.
Because we said we need to live off $30,000 a year.
Okay.
So we need $2,500 a month. $2,500, that's 30 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what can we be doing? So say we got some rental properties, some vending machines. We just throwing out ideas, a bread route, whatever. We done, just whatever we did. We bought a little small annuity that's giving us $500 a month, whatever. You need to be breaking your neck between, say, if you starting at 40 to 60, to getting yourself in a position to have those things getting built that can generate that $2,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You got a better chance of getting that together than hoping the discretionary income you have from your job you can apply to your 401k to accrue to $600,000.
Okay.
If you lost me, your goal need to switch from getting the $600,000 that you will have at age 60 in retirement to getting vehicles in place or channels in place to generate you $30,000 a year.
Okay. $2,500 a month. So basically, in retirement, again, I'm just breaking it down for the layman. In retirement, once I retire, I still need to have $2,500 a month coming in. I need to figure out what that asset or what that may be, investment may be, to generate that from the point that I retire on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, it's not applicable if you damn making all this money, you got this stuff stacking up.
Right.
But it is applicable. You don't hit 40.
Right.
And you sitting there looking like, damn, man, I ain't got $40,000, $50,000 in there.
I mean, but you even think about the 20 and 30-year-olds, they switch jobs so much, they don't have 401ks either. You think about it. In this gig economy, they switch jobs like it's war. Like, I ain't want to work here no more.
Well,
and then none of them are, and you think about tech jobs and how much money these people make at tech jobs, everybody not making the same amount of money. So even 23, 30-year-olds need to think about investments or something to generate them a certain amount of income after, because they're not going to save either.
They don't think they're going to get old.
Right.
They don't think their back going to start hurting one day.
Them knees going to give out.
I tell my kids, see, I found something new in the past 5 years called naps. Naps.
Right.
I got to take a nap. I'm not like I'm in pre-K.
Right.
Shit. I got to have my nap. So those kind of things, man, I think a lot of time people need to focus on. Really, if you do that, that'd be more beneficial. Mm-hmm. Again, get out of the whole rat race of trying to save all this money and spend that 10 to 15-year investment horizon if you have not accumulated at a certain point. Mm-hmm. How much would you need at a certain point? Like I said, again, we got to go back to the numbers. I'm a numbers person, everybody. Mm-hmm. So we got to go to a number, what we're going to need to be living off of.
Right.
Remember what I said. Some things will be paid off, i.e. car, maybe house. Mm-hmm. But some things going to go up. Health insurance, You know, depending if you got prescriptions, hell, long-term care. You know, you don't want to be down 70, 80 years old.
Light bill, gas bill, and water bill. Damn sure gonna go up.
Come on now. But you damn sure don't want to be 70, 80 years old. Kids got you sitting in the corner, pissing pamper.
Right.
And you sitting over there like, man, well, you chain granddaddy. No, you chain granddaddy.
In the dark, come to your house in the dark because you can't afford to pay the light bill. Yeah, that stuff.
Happen all the time, lad.
It does.
It happen all the time. And I just want to tell people that that's a big old Crown Royal bag.
Sorry.
That's me,
They
man.
couldn't see it on the camera.
Okay, well, I just showed everybody.
They didn't see till you put it up.
It's all good. It's how I function. But those are actual things I think people need to be focusing on when we start talking about building retirement. You can be, you do the math. You know how much money you putting in that damn 401k.
Right.
Do not let that damn person HR fool your ass about, you know, that little rate of return and all that kind of stuff. It's going to make money, but it's not going to make enough money for you to live off of retirement.
Sustain yourself.
Yeah, no kind of sustainability.
Right.
And the onus is on you now to be, I'm getting all out of the camera, I'm sorry. The onus on you now is to actually be putting things in place to generate it. Mm-hmm. So if that's 30,000, you need to live off 20,000 a year, 40,000, do the math. Mm-hmm. What can you be doing to generate that income each month? Rental properties, vending routes, bread routes, some annuities, something that's generating the revenue with doing it. You need to be trying to build to it. I ain't got no rental property. My credit ain't straight. That's why you got 10 to 15 years to do it.
Right.
Now, you 55 trying to sit here now trying to save up $300,000. Come on now. We don't need to talk about that. You know? Mm-hmm. But let's be real. We got to sit here and try to put certain things in place. The key is, what I say is this, what I talked about a lot of times when you leave me a job. Try to make sure it take you the least amount possible to live off of in retirement. Maybe realistic, maybe totally unrealistic. But I would just say that. Try to have the least amount of money you got to live off of. That be also being in regards to just reducing your debt, make sure your cash is not affected. And then put things and vehicles in place to help you cover it, okay? That's the short dollar way to your plan for retirement, okay? I hope that it...
Somebody asked, they understand what you mean by the 30,000, the 30,000 a year. But they asked, is there any time frame that there's just too late?
I don't think it's a such thing as too late. I think you just need to be realistic of where you at and what you need to do.
Okay.
If you say you're 55 and you want to retire at 60, we go back to what we're saying. What do I need to live off of in retirement? What can I be doing to actually bring in the money each month to do that? So that lets you know if you can't do it, your ass might need to retire at 65.
Okay.
You might need to retire at 70.
Okay.
You know, if Social Security, the amount because we know we get the letter every year. We know what we're going to get in Social Security, right? We know that every year, right? So you can do the math. So it's never a time that's too late, but you got to be realistic. The other side of it is, too, even if you can't generate the 20,000 or the 30,000, what I just said before, spend a little time reducing your living expenses. It may take you 30,000 live. Okay, well, shit, let me go put a little bit more money, pay this car note off. Let me try to call the utility company, get on a fixed plan. They only need $1,500 a month to live off of.
Right.
$1,500 a month. What's that a year? I ain't got a calculator, lab.
I'm sorry. Let me add.
15 times 12 is what?
Hold on. Give me 1 second. 15 times 12. 18,000.
18 grand. So what can you do to bring 18 grand? So you just need the $1,500 a month. You reduce some of your expenses, reduce some of your liabilities. Now you $1,500. So now you just need to make something have 18,000.
Right.
So no, it's not a thing in regards to it's too late. You just got to be realistic of what you got going on. Don't you sit there and try to retire with a damn $100,000 in your damn 401k, and that shit gonna last you every bit a good 3 years.
Right.
You gonna have fun. That shit ain't gonna last no time.
Okay.
We got to make sure we put ourselves in a position to be sustainable. Okay. But that's the short dollar way. Okay. And because I think I've seen too many videos that give people this false insecurity, regardless they need to have. If you ain't did it, I mean, you know, you not saving money in your 20s and you want to get serious about it a little later in life, that's not a moment to beat yourself up. It's a moment to say, well, what do I got to do?
Okay. try to figure out the solve
figure
the
it out.
problem.
Because you ain't trying to damn work no more.
Right.
So at the end of the day, what you did or didn't do, we can't change that.
Right.
It's well about what we're going to do. So I hope that information helped you guys tonight. Well, again, we talked about how to plan for retirement the short dollar way. That was my way of doing it. If you need any additional information, go, look in the description section, book an appointment, look at some of the other videos I got in regards to just planning, cash management. Well, I was just talking about the one video we did about I'm going blank.
Tangible assets
And stuff. That's a whole nother option you can have. Again, I put in some of my pieces. I got some pieces that I know are worth, a good five figures. Mm-hmm. I know I got some old artwork that I bought that I'm very proud of, that I keep, riders on. That's insurance policy for that. And I just, those kind of things are good. One of my mentors put me on that about 20 years ago, having that kind of stuff in place. You got that old baseball card, like I told him about. You see, Hawks did well. Go buy your Trey Young card. Mm-hmm. 10, 15 years from now, that might be $20,000. Mm-hmm. That might get you a year in retirement, scot-free. That little one basketball card. Hell, buy 20 of them. Cool. You might be good for retirement. You got to think outside the box. Don't dwell on what you didn't do. Focus more on what you're going to do.
And I'm sorry. I'm talking about cards. I'm not trying to, wish bad on anybody or glorify, but, the Kobe card just went for $1.9 million.
1.9 million.
Rookie.
Come on now.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. No, I appreciate that, lad.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. What you think more easy to do? Get your damn baseball card or damn go buy some Bitcoin?
Baseball
Come
card.
on now.
Yeah. If you do your research, if you do like really deep in your research, you could get that card that probably be tangible later on. That probably be a tangible asset later on.
Well, the problem come up here, everybody want to just be rich.
Right.
Everybody want to be rich, but everybody want to do the BS to get rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what we talk about, man, I work 20 hours a day, so I had to work 40 hours a week.
Right.
Shit, I work.
Right.
I like doing what I do.
Right.
It ain't meant for everybody. But you're going to pay them dues.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing I just want everybody, just to be realistic about. And I'm trying to give you an easy blueprint to kind of cover it. So make sure, again, like you need any additional information, additional assistance. I'm sure we got everybody. Had any questions? If we missed anything, feel free to reach out to me. I want to tell you guys I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys tuning in and checking out the show. I love you guys. Again, this has been the Dollar Hour with me, Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar Self. Talk about planning for retirement the short dollar way. Make sure, again, you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. We got almost 300 videos on there, over 150 videos dealing with over 150 grant opportunities on the YouTube channel. We stream all the time. Well, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok on that same handle, Mr. Short Dollar. But again, the main hub is the YouTube channel where all the videos are housed. Follow us, share us, and everything. Continue to support us. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Be safe. Talk to you soon.